I, John, both your brother and companion in tribulation and kingdom and patience of Jesus Christ, meaning he was going around testifying of Jesus Christ, preaching the gospel, was on the island that is called Patmos for the word of God. See, he was out there preaching, and the Romans took him, and for the testimony of Jesus Christ. He was giving out the gospel for him. I was in the Spirit on the Lord's day. Now, I know this gives a lot of people a lot of trouble, but I don't have time to explain this. And I heard John again. So, several things I want you to go back to. Go back to Daniel's reaction. Go back to Abraham's reaction. Go back to Moses' reaction. Go back to all these people's reaction and see if John, remember, John is the one who laid his head on Jesus' chest. Throughout the book of John, John is the one who says, the one whom Jesus loved. That John, yeah. Now, John's about to meet Jesus, not the earthly one that he walked around with, the one who is the Almighty. Let's see if John walks up to Jesus and say, oh, Jesus, oh, buddy, oh, pal, where you been? I heard a voice behind him. A loud voice. He heard a loud voice. As of a trumpet. Was it a trumpet? No. As of a trumpet, meaning it sounds as loud as a trumpet. Saying, now, what kind of trumpet you think he's talking about? Now, please don't think about this little trumpet thing that you and I know about today. That is not what he's talking about. He's talking about a shofar. That is the one that Israel would be used to. All right? God gave, Moses, what? Silver trumpets to get the children of Israelites, the children of Israel to move. That's what he's talking about here. And he told Joshua how to blow it and the others how to signal for times of war, time to gather, time to move, all these different things of blowing the trumpet. So John knows what he's talking about here. Now, why am I bringing it up? Because you should too. You should know that the blowing of trumpet is about Israel. It has always been about Israel. Saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. What you see right in the book, and send it to the 7 churches which are in Asia, to Ephesus, Smyrna, Pergamos, Thyatira, Sardis, Philadelphia, and Laodicea. Then, why does this word always pop up every time we get into one of these studies? Why is that? Then, something happened. Something happened. I turned to see. Now listen, he turned to see the voice that spoke with him. And having turned, I saw 7 golden lampstands. And in the midst of the 7 lampstands, one. How many people did he see? One. And he looked like a man. Like the Son of Man. Remember, Jesus used to call himself Son of Man. So John knew exactly what he was saying. He said, I saw Jesus. He was clothed, though. This was a different Jesus. He was clothed with a garment down to the feet and girded about the chest with a golden band. His hair were white like wool. Was his hair and hair wool? No, it was white like wool. As white as snow. And his eyes were different. It was a flame of fire. Like a flame of fire. And his feet were different. They were like fine brass, as it refined in the furnace. In other words, the refiner was still blowing, and the glow from the brass was still happening. And his voice changed. It sound of what? Many waters. Didn't Daniel say the same thing? John he almost had a heart attack when he seen Jesus like this. Because when he showed up after the resurrection, he didn't look like that. How do I know that? You think John would have left that out of the book if Jesus showed up and looked like that? And all the rest of them, nobody would ever record it? No, man. No. God allowed John to see him like this, so you and I can understand what God looked like. And he had in his right hand 7 stars. Out of the mouth went a sharp two-edged sword, which is his word. And his countenance, Jesus' countenance, the sword is the word. His countenance was different. It looked like the sun shining, now get this, in its full strength. Please, I've said this often enough. You know that the sun today is not in its full strength. So what is he talking about? He's talking about the first son. And now, this is what I want you to see. With all that said about John, this greatly beloved disciple and apostle, how did John react to Jesus Christ when he seen him in his glory? And when I saw Jesus, I ran up to him and we embraced, high-fived, and talked about the good old times. I fell. You know what? Who could have? I fell at his feet as dead. You know who could have wrote that? Abraham. You know who could have wrote that? Moses. You know who could have wrote that? Isaiah. You know who could have wrote that? Daniel. You know who couldn't write that? Every single person running around seeing him today. Because they didn't see the one true God. They seen something else. What? I have no idea, and I don't care. What happened to John? He died. What happened to Abraham? He died. What happened to Daniel? He died. Isaiah, he died. John died. Friend, I'm going to do this last one because all you guys are running now. And I apologize for going beyond my normal time. But we're going to go Ezekiel. And I understand if folks, you got to check out. Look, the videos are all saved. You can always get them on YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, whatever. Okay, we're going to Ezekiel. We're going to wrap this up in Ezekiel. Now, watch this. Ezekiel was part of the second group of people that left out of Jerusalem when Nebuchadnezzar came the second time and destroyed the city. So he didn't go with Daniel. He went with the second group, and they went to a different city. All right? So Ezekiel was a priest, or he was a priest, in line to be part of the priesthood before Nebuchadnezzar destroyed the temple. Now it came to pass in the 13th year, in the 4th month, on the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captives by the river Shebon. So that's where he was, and not in Babylon, the capital. The heavens were open, and I saw visions of God. On the 5th day of the month, which was the 5th year of King Jehoiakim, horrible king, captivity, the word of the Lord came expressly to Ezekiel the priest, the son of Buzi, in the land of the Chaldeans, by the river Shebon, and the hand of the Lord was upon him there. Then I looked. Wow. Here's that word again. Isn't the Bible awesome? How it just repeats itself over and over and over. And behold, a whirlwind was coming. And it was coming out of the north. You mean like north, south, east, west? No, I mean up. He was looking up, and it was coming down from heaven. What did he see? He seen a whirlwind. What was that? It was a tornado. Whirlwind simply was another, you go look it up. It means tornado. He saw a tornado. It was a what? A great cloud. Now, let me ask you something. What do you think this cloud looked like? You think it looked like, again, the puffy stuff? What did it look like, Ezekiel? It looked like raging fire. Golly, Lord, what's up with all this fire? He's holy. He's holy. Sooner or later, you're going to figure it out. That tornado was not just a tornado, but it engulfed itself like a blender, a consuming fire. And brightness was all around it, radiating, listen to the words, out of the midst of it, like the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire. Whoa. Whoa. I'm going to go straight to the bottom here, since we're very short on time. So he goes through all the things that was happening and all the things that he's seen with the cherubs. And if, guys, everyone, if you ever want to know what the devil looked like, he's a cherub. And, with the wings and the faces, single head before faces and all the good stuff. That's exactly what the devil looked like. And above the firmament, talk about where these cherubs were. Above the cherub, above that firmament, over their heads was, listen, the likeness of a throne. So was it real? Yes. In appearance, like a sapphire stone. On the likeness of this throne was the appearance of a man. He was high above it. Also from the appearance of his, that is, this man who was sitting upon this single throne, his waist and upward. So waist up, what happened? I saw, as it were, the color of amber with the appearance of what? Of fire all around within it. Wait a minute. Wait, whoa, time out. Did he just say that everything here, he's seen a silhouette, and inside and outside of this silhouette was fire around within it? Yeah. Yes. And from the appearance of his waist and downward now, going down, I saw as it was the appearance of fire again, with the brightness all around it. What? So you mean tell me down from his waist to his feet, all they seen was just fire? Yes. But it looked like a body. Yes. excuse me, like the appearance of a rainbow in a cloud on a rainy day. So was the appearance of the brightness all around him. This, what? Everything that he just seen and explained to you in the last 4 verses. What was it? This was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Lord. Who did Ezekiel see? He seen a man. Then what is the glory of God? The man. The man. Now, Ezekiel loved God. God loved Ezekiel. Ezekiel was a prophet. So when I saw it, when he seen it, then he run up to him and say, "Oh, that go God, y'all." When I seen him, we were all chatting about this, that, and the other. No, I fell just like the rest of them. I fell on my face. Friend, he died. The prophet died. Just like Daniel. Just like Abraham. Just like Isaiah. Just like John. And just like every single person who ever lay eyes on the Most High God. Yet, he can still hear. Because the life that he had, he received it from the Lord. Oh, my friends, I just cannot tell you how awesome this God is that we serve, how holy he is. And if you and I don't recognize who we're dealing with, this is why you get some of the craziest stuff being taught, some of the craziest things being said concerning God. And they put God, just slap Jesus' name on it and think it's okay. No, it's never okay. If it isn't perfectly lined up with the book, it's never okay. It's never acceptable, and I will always call it out. And I don't care who don't like it. I'm not trying to make any enemies. I'm not trying to, but I love God. I love him to stand by myself. I love him enough to stand alone. So friends, I hope you all understand. God is holy. Stop listening to all that crazy mess that's out there concerning somebody they think is God who's not. When the book is saying just the opposite of what you're hearing, you have a choice to make. Cut it off and don't go back to it. Or shut people like me off and you go continue to listen to that mess. That's your choice. You won't offend me one bit, friend, because guess what? I'm not in here to make friends. I'm not in here for viewers. I'm not in here for none of that mess. I'm doing what I'm doing because my Father told me to do it. You say, you heard God's voice? No, I read the book in 2 Corinthians. He says you are a minister of reconciliation. And if you're a believer, you heard his voice too because he told you the same thing. And he said it again in 1 Corinthians chapter 1. So I don't need some voice to tell me what he already told me in the written word. Neither do you. Okay, friends. Take care.